Welcome to the Elmhurst College Graduate Commencement Ceremony. We are here to honor this important achievement in your lives and to celebrate your accomplishments. Family and friends have come to witness, and the faculty have donned their regalia of their offices, a tradition as important at academic functions that dates back to the Middle Ages. Therefore, I declare, in the words which we open each academic convocation, the company of scholars is assembled. Let the ceremonies begin. Please rise and take your hats off as we invite Reverend Matheney, Chaplain of the college, who will lead us in the invocation.
Let us join our hearts together in prayer, beloved. Unto thy hands, Almighty and Eternal One, send your Spirit upon this beloved College of Elmhurst, for the fabric of life that has woven these young men and women in honorary and degrees here now. Let them know that they might stand in a great tradition and now set on their hearts the joy of what this degree means. For the promises that are now to be completed, take us into this time with joy and thankfulness. All of this we pray in your holy and eternal name. Amen. Please be seated.
Elmhurst College is governed by an independent group of trustees who look after the long-term welfare of the institution. As chair, alumnus Ed Momkus from the class of 1974 is here this evening to bring us greetings from the Board of Trustees.
So good evening and welcome to all graduates, family, friends, faculty, staff, and President VanAken, as well as our commencement speaker, Sharon Daloz Parks, who will today be the recipient of Elmhurst College's honorary degree of Doctor of Divinity. My name is Ed Momkus, a 74 graduate of Elmhurst College, and I have the privilege of representing the Board of Trustees. I should mention, actually, that one of our own Elmhurst College trustees, Joanne McGinnis, is graduating today with a master's in business administration. Oh yeah, you can applaud, it's okay. I was going to put her on the spot, but like so many of you graduating class who have work and family obligations, she could not be here tonight, so I guess I'll have to embarrass her another time. So for some of you, this is the fifth, sixth, or maybe even seventh graduation of your lifetime. However, graduation has a different meaning today than it has in the past. The degrees you're all receiving today start with the word masters. The name of the degree itself states that you've mastered something. Mastering something is a pretty big deal. However, I will say as an aside, don't try to tell your spouse or significant other to call you master from now on, because that's a big mistake. So I'm here to offer congratulations from the Board of Trustees, all of whom are very proud of your accomplishment. But I'm also here to remind you that you had help to get here. That includes your family and friends, your professors, and the classmates who studied and suffered with you. Take a minute to look around and acknowledge those folks. And feel free to stand up and wave if you would like, just to let them know that you really appreciate what they've done. Okay, don't get carried away now. There are also a whole lot of people helping in the background. The technology support team that made sure that the college's resources were available, the librarians who assisted with research, staff who made sure that sidewalks and parking lots were shoveled in the winter. And finally, there are many alumni who donated time and treasure to your programs. They acted as mentors, arranged internships, and paid it forward to make sure that others could get the benefit of an education at Elmhurst. I invite you to think about becoming one of those alumni and helping future students accomplish the things that you have achieved. So come back and help whenever you can. And again, congratulations from the board, and best of luck in all your future endeavors.
Well, graduates, thank you for joining us tonight, for leaving work early in some cases, maybe fighting traffic, certainly bearing a little bit of a warm evening, much better than the rain that we were worried about last week, and for getting your kids ready. I had the privilege of talking for the graduates that were coming down this side of the aisle, and they range from individuals that after this were looking to go out and really celebrate. Some had to go home and get their kids to bed. There were several of the masters in education that had to be at work tomorrow morning to finish the high school year. But no matter what you're doing, congratulations, you did it. You made a huge commitment to complete your graduate studies, probably countless late nights, study sessions, group exercises, and I'm guessing more than a few large coffees or caffeinated beverages got you to this particular point. You successfully manage your academic workload and other responsibilities, which is different than, in many cases, than a bachelor's degree that you might have achieved. So as Chairman Momkus mentioned, look around and think fondly of your family members that supported you in this regard, and I'm so glad to see so many of them joining us for this celebration. Your program directors and your faculty have also been here the whole time, challenging you to expand your horizon skills and academic horizons. You don't get into education to get rich, or at least very rich, but you do get into education because you believe in the power of human knowledge and the human experience. And faculty members dedicate their time and their talents for oftentimes very little treasure to be able to do that. And I hope you will remember them fondly as your career progresses. And no matter what your future brings, remember that you're now alumni of this great institution. You're joining a network of over 35,000 individuals that had an Elmhurst College experience. Let us continue to be a resource for you. And please consider how one day you might be a resource for future graduates. But for today, this is the day that belongs to you as graduate. And the entire Elmhurst College community is proud of you, and we wish you every success. I now invite Chairman Ed Momkus back to join me at the podium, and I call Dr. Sharon Parks and Dr. Paul Parkler, Chair of the Department of Religious Studies, to be with us. Do you need this here, Paul?
President VanAken, Dr. Sharon Daloz Parks is a scholar, teacher, author, and ethicist whose multidisciplinary work engages the worlds of business, religion, and higher education, and deepens their search for meaning, purpose, and an inclusive commons. As such, she has become a mentor to a generation of Americans. Dr. Sharon Daloz Parks is Principal of Leadership for the New Commons and Senior Fellow at the Whidbey Institute in Clinton, Washington. She has held faculty and senior research positions at Harvard's School of Divinity, Business, and Government. She also has taught at the Weston Jesuit School of Theology and currently teaches in the Executive Leadership Program at the Albers School of Business and Economics at Seattle University. She has strong ties to Elmhurst College. And at the Harvard University's Divinity School, she studied under Richard R. Niebuhr, son of H. Richard Niebuhr, class of 1912 here at Elmhurst College, the sixth president of the college and one of its most esteemed alumni. Dr. Parks writes, speaks, and consults nationally in the areas of leadership and ethics for corporate, nonprofit, and other professional groups in the fields of business, religion, and higher education. She is the author of Leadership Can Be Taught, A Bold Approach for a Complex World, and Big Questions, Worthy Dreams, Mentoring Emerging Adults in Their Search for Meaning, Purpose, and Faith. She has been called one of America's most perceptive writers on education, institutional renewal, purpose, meaning, and faith. President VanAken, Sharon Daloz Parks, works as a scholar, writer, teacher, and mentor, challenging us to think more, to engage more, and to care more, frankly, to be more human. It is an honor to present Dr. Parks as a candidate for the degree Doctor of Divinity, honoris causa.
Sharon Daloz Parks, you have helped to shape the story of humanity and our quest, as individuals, as organizations, as communities, for meaning and purpose. And so by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Elmhurst College, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Divinity, honoris causa, with all the rights and distinctions thereunto appertaining.
President VanAken, trustees, faculty, administrators, staff, and alumni of Elmhurst College, thank you for the honor you have conferred upon me and for your invitation to speak to the master's degree candidates who we celebrate today. This is a big moment. This is a very big moment, but not because I am giving a speech. No one got up this morning and has arrived here because they were looking forward to hearing me speak. Rather, my role is to be a part of the pomp and circumstance that helps all of us recognize the significance of what we are really here for. This occasion is a big moment because of the moments ahead when we will hear the name of each graduate, you who will walk across this platform and receive a master's degree. The family, friends, and faculty of each graduate know that today's graduates have paid a price for stepping up to a reach for greater knowledge and skill, more self-confidence, and a larger capacity to serve in critical professional roles. This moment marks a very meaningful personal achievement. But this is a big moment also because our generations have been asked to live at one of those great hinge points in history, a big turning filled with unprecedented ecological, technological, social, moral, and spiritual challenges are all on the table. Our species has unparalleled power to determine who will live and who will die, and to grapple with the question of the 21st century: who do we want to become as a people, as a nation, and as a world? This hinge time, a time of great peril and great promise, sets all of us on a very steep learning curve. And you graduates have responded in part by seeking a master's degree. A master's degree signifies that you have mastered a body of knowledge and practice. It means also that you have joined the roughly only 10% of the population of this country who hold a master's degree. And therefore, you are stepping into a new realm of privilege, responsibility, and expectation. Thus, you are prepared to play a more masterful role in what has been described as the great work of our time. Nevertheless, wherever you will be working, each of you will be a part of a very large system. A fact that your studies at Elmhurst have helped you to recognize and respect in a world in which everything is connected to everything else. No matter what role or level of responsibility you may take on, it will be easy on any average day for you to feel that you are merely a cog in a machine, a small and insignificant part of a complicated system, a system in which you play only a minor role with little power to actually make a difference. Or you may believe you can make a difference, but only within a very small sphere. To imagine oneself as a mere cog is both very tempting and very wrong. Tempting because it lets us off the hook. Wrong because we all have an effect that is more than we can fully know. My husband, Larry Daloz, and I, along with 2 other colleagues, published a book titled Common Fire: Leading Lives of Commitment in a Complex World. We had studied 100 people who are not naive about the change, complexity, and moral challenges that surround us. Yet they are able to take into account more than their own self-interest, and they seek to care for the common good. During our study, we came across the image of Indra's net, an image that comes to us from Hindu culture. Imagine the universe as a vast net. From each node of the net, there hangs a jewel. And when you touch any node of the net, the whole thing shimmers. Then imagine that each one of us is a node in the net. And as the energy of life flows through the net, each one of us can affect how that energy, the spirit of life itself, is blocked or flows. And thus each of us affects the character and direction of how life moves. A poetic version of what physicists teach us about the radical interdependence and infinite resonance of all of life. In other words, not only critical thought, but connective thought is essential. Every conversation, random comment, email, tweet, gesture, policy, product, treatment, decision, and choice, to act or not act, to speak up or remain silent, to be curious or not, has an effect and makes a difference in the surge and sway of the net. Within this radically interdependent reality, it is increasingly vital that we all shift our mindset from cog to colleague. A colleague is an associate in a profession or business. The word colleague signifies that we are in relationship and we affect one another in a shared endeavor. Indeed, the Elmhurst website for graduate programs invites Learn to Lead in a Collaborative World, a world in which no matter how skilled and brilliant we may be individually, we must work with others. I teach adaptive leadership, leadership that can do more than manage the things we already know how to do. In contrast, adaptive leadership can engage our biggest challenges, the ones that require innovation and new learning, systemic transformation, and they usually require also a measure of loss and grief. There comes a point in the course when I announce to the class that I am about to say the most important thing that I will say in the entire time that we are together. I have their attention then. Then I say simply, don't even think of doing adaptive leadership by yourself. Don't even think of it. No one, no person can move a system all by her or himself. The great work of our time requires colleagues and collaborators mentors, partners, allies, and a courageous faith in the sacred mystery that moves within, among, and beyond us and holds us all. That is part of why your time at Elmhurst yields not only a degree, but an entree into a network of others whose perspectives and commitments will continue to inform and inspire your own. Another image that came important in our study is the image of the commons. The commons is ancient in human experience. We are social creatures who gather, disperse, and gather again, and our gathering places serve as a commons, like this mall, where we meet by happenstance or by intention and figure out our common life. How are we going to live together? Within a family, a college, a city, a region, a country, and within the small planet home we share. Today's Commons is made up of multiple sectors, and the master's programs here at Elmhurst represent 4 of the most powerful sectors in today's Commons: business, education, healthcare, technology. Each of these domains is driving change and is riddled with big questions that affect us all. Anticipating this occasion, I remarked to a colleague that I was wondering about the challenges that your 4 particular sectors are facing. After a few moments, she responded, "Overwhelm and ethics. Overwhelm and ethics." Walter Brueggemann, an esteemed alumni of Elmhurst College, has observed that in this complex hinge time, there is a surplus of powerlessness. That's the overwhelm that leads to the mere cog effect. But succumbing to overwhelm cannot be an option. There is too much at stake in the big questions. Those of you who are graduating with a master's degree in the business sphere know that you will live with the daily pressures of an upcoming profit and loss report. At the same time, you are needed as a colleague in our global commons because yet bigger questions are in play. For example, how will we create open, fair, and competitive markets in the face of e-commerce and globalization? How will we create just and vibrant workplaces? How do we calibrate and respond to the role of business in climate change? Those of you who have earned master's degrees in education know that a democracy requires an educated public, and that requires funding. Yet daily, you work in a society that is all too quixotic in shaping educational policy and very quick to demean and blame teachers. Nevertheless, you are working big questions such as, by what imagination and competence will we include the growing numbers of children and adults with special needs? How will we reclaim schools as safe places? And we all need your mastery as we grapple with the question, what will we need to learn to prepare for a future that will be discontinuous with our past? Those of you who are graduating with a master's degree in healthcare know that health means freedom, but access to healthcare may vary dramatically depending on your zip code. You have been prepared to serve not only as a caregiver at a bedside, but also as advocates assisting families and communities who are having to make complex decisions as they navigate our healthcare system. And each of you are positioned to bring your intelligence and your voice to our national debate. Is healthcare a right or a privilege? Those of you who are graduating with a master's degree in technology have chosen a sector of our commons that we have come to experience as both liberating and enslaving. It has been observed that our eyes, which for millennia saved our lives by tracking swift-moving predators, now make us vulnerable to every flickering screen. And in our ancient human need to be wanted, we see how helpless we are before the cell phone or the Twitter feed. And in the very old human wish to be confirmed in our beliefs, we find ourselves only at those online forums where those who agree with us naturally gather. As you master technology, we need you in your role as a colleague to notice when the questions of design eclipse the prior question of purpose. You will surely find yourself serving as an educator as well as a technician, helping us wrestle with big questions about the strengths and limits of our technology, to recognize opportunity and assess risk regarding privacy, security, and the manipulation of reality. Such technology questions now permeate and shape every sector of our commons, perhaps most evident in business, healthcare, and education. In other words, though today you graduate from different programs, all of you will necessarily become colleagues to each other within an interdependent world that is calling for cross-boundary leadership. Moreover, the primary reason your master's degree matters is that it signifies that you have become a master of inquiry. You have learned how to learn, which is the most vital form of competence in this time of big and haunting questions. The great work of our time is not easy. You will not always be treated as a colleague in the ways you so richly deserve. Failure will continue to be your friend in the process of ongoing learning. But Elmhurst College has prepared you for more than a job, as important as that is. Elmhurst has a distinctive heritage and identity, inspiring leadership and colleagueship that can wrestle with great and timely questions. You now join that legacy in a world that needs you to strengthen the net, the fabric of our common life, as you lead by continuing to learn how to respond to the big questions which all rest in a single question: who do we want to become? Congratulations and Godspeed.
Thank you very much, Dr. Parks. Graduates, are you ready? This is the moment you came here, and it's now my privilege to get this phase of the ceremony started to have your Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the Faculty, April Edwards, come forward.
Thank you, President VanAken. I am very pleased to present the graduates of the class of 2018. Will the candidates for the following degrees please stand? Master of Business Administration, Master of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders, Master of Science in Computer Information Systems, Master of Science in Data Science, Master of Education, Early Childhood and Special Education, Master of Science in Geographic Information Systems, Master of Arts, Industrial and Organizational Psychology, Master of Science in Nursing. The rest of you have some work to do. Master of Occupational Therapy, Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Special Education, Master of Science in Supply Chain Management, Master of Education in Teacher Leadership. Graduates, in keeping with the traditions of this ceremony, you may now move your tassels to the left side of your mortarboard. Graduates, as you stand, your families and friends are gazing at you with pride, love, and satisfaction that you have reached this day. On this momentous occasion, take a minute to think about how many people have helped you on this journey and how much their support has meant to you. President VanAken, I present these candidates for graduation from Elmhurst College with the degrees indicated on their diploma.
Hold on, they didn't get them just yet. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Elmhurst College, I confer upon you the master's degree that the faculty has recommended for you, with all the privileges and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. And I now call on you to come forward individually to receive the diploma certifying your degree. Okay, now.
Please be seated. Will the marshals please begin the procession of the graduates to the platform to receive their diplomas? I present the graduate program directors and Tim Alberg, who will call the roll of the graduates. Please hold your applause until the last name of each group is read.
We'll begin with Professor Cunningham from the Masters of Business Administration. Sabrina Ajani. Cody Bankston. Glenn Bleemer. Mario Brillantes. David Daniel Britton. Michael Burns. Victoria Carey. Whitney Carey. Catherine Carter. Carmen Contreras. Jennifer Conway. Kathleen Day. Alex DeBeck. Priya Devanini. Kyle Disterheft. Jeffrey Edwards. Emily Farrell. Zeba Fatima. Samantha Feigl. Kiana Foreman. Michael Gabrielson. Sergio Gonzalez. Brittany Gottschalk. Alexis Gramera. Adrian Guzman. Michael Holla. Neil Hoffman. Daniel Horine. Christiana Iannucci. Ryan Andrew Jackson. Agnieszka W. Jaroska. Michael Yurkovich. Julianne Johnstone. Matthew T. Kafka. Tyler Lynn Coltrider. Sarah Elizabeth Knox. Amy M. LeBeau. Stephen T. Ludkowski. Sarah Marie Lund. Blaine A. Macius. Michael P. McGuire. Christine Brittany Moran. Matthew G. Murdoch. Mike Nowakowski. Claudia E. Oropisa. Ryan J. Pashok. Eduardo Palayo. Kevin Pope. Daniel M. Raif. Carol Ivan Ramirez. Joseph Scott. Charles Reeves. Toy Sanders. Jennifer E. Seiler. Chloe Lane Smith. Shavner Senfar. Timothy R. Van Dorn. Devin R. Vaughn. David Vicek. Todd Walkup. Lindsay Dawn Weber. Peyton Travis Wyatt. Liju Yohanan. Now conferring the Masters of Communication Sciences and Disorders, Dr. Brenda Gorman. Rebecca L. Eichel. Emily Alyssa Binder. Jasmine Brito. Laura C. Ciervo. Julie Clifford. Julia Diagostini. Valentina Gill. Courtney M. Guzik. Danielle Eleni Karp. Alana R. Munoz. Annalisa Narduli. Joanna Nashiadika. Chandler Nees. Christina R. O'Connor. Caitlin J. O'Mara. Lorena Orizaba. Therese Katrina Parad. Susan M. Reardon. Caitlin Reiter. Christina Rentner. Amanda Seals. Carolina Stepik. Now conferring the Master of Science in Computer Information Systems, Dr. Ali Ghani. Rashad Altakruni. Andrew Becerra. David D. Michael. Jeffrey J. Godwin. Paul Irvin. Duwani Patel. Anthony T. Parati. Dion Radev. Shristi Raj Bahandari. Jennifer Aisha Robinson. Ajana Shandotil Satyan. Prince N. Salu. Now conferring our Master of Science in Data Science, Dr. Jim Kulich. Joshua R. Bullers. Ryan J. Elkins. Mauricio Gallardo Barina. Akiba Hollins Thomas. Stephen Kemps. Arthur D. Kraus. Subhash Krishnamurti. Brandy Nicole Thatcher. Maria C. Velasquez. John Wallace. Keith A. Wolf. Now presenting the Master of Education in Early Childhood Special Education, Dr. Therese Wayman. Mallory A. Boylan. Jessica R. Hamilton. Keandra Hood. Michelle M. McGinnis. Jennifer Parker. Stephanie M. Pearson. Jennifer M. Tosca. Anya Vukovic. Now presenting the Master of Science in Geographic Information Systems, Professor Judith K. Bach. Rebecca Steenstrup. Ashley N. Van Diver. Now presenting the Master of Arts in Industrial Organizational Psychology, Professor Carrie Hewitt. Taylor B. Collins. Anna Connolly. Chiara E. DeAngelis. Shayna S. Dubinsky. Matthew Edward Dunbar. Vincent Michael Gaynor. Sylvia M. Gladys. Shelby L. Hemmel. Rachel Hatcher. Daniel J. Hayes. Daniel G. Hauge. Kathleen M. Johnstone. Reed P. Lancaster. Michael McFerrin. Marshall Weller Monroe. Abdul Hakim Nuru. Alexandra J. Palmisano. Peter T. Perez Tamayo. Sarah Marie Periaswamy. Adrian Perkins. Lauren Pizarski. Courtney J. Smith. Ethan Sprang. Kiana A. Foreman. Brittany L. Gottschalk. Joseph Peter Tooley. Sean Weinstein. Sydney B. Zieg. Now to confer our two different masters in nursing, Dr. Becky Hewlett, Dr. Elizabeth Davis. Sharouk Abdallah. Catherine Ahrens. Maria Cristina Baraja Silva. Sandra Lourdes Cardone. Brianna Nicole Carey. Daryl D. Clayton. Tara L. Croson. Kimberly DeNicolo. Olga Enslin. Aaron Frakes. Cecilia Guadalupe Frausto. Catherine Lynn Gallahue. Emily Knights. Kanuri P. Patel. Allison Peck. Menasha B. Gilbert. Morgan Goldsmith. Anastasia R. Ayakiewicz.
Got that wrong. Always.
Erin Kathleen Knightley. Jennifer M. Lewis. Anna Lund. Erica N. Mansavage. Deanna McGlynn. Catherine A. Merzansky. Brianna O'Neill. Elise Qualls. Donna Ramirez. Catherine L. Reff. Jessica Gentile Wren. Mackenzie Retkowski. Ivalise T. Ron. Maureen Rosicki. Christine Rutherford. Ann M. Sagastumi. Janine Talski. Amanda C. Teenan. Margaret Tomich. Maureen Mullany Valentor. Jennifer Lynn Vanderveen. Jolene Ann Volkemer. Erica C. Walton. Lauren Wydra. Paul Gerald R. Zerbano. And now presenting our Master of Occupational Therapy, Dr. Elizabeth Wonka. Logan Hongyu Q. Cole. Morgan Rose Cup. Sydney Cosentino. Katie Ann Esty. Brittany Frankel. Megan Griffin. Alyssa Gulick. Alyssa Johnson. Katarzyna Manka. Daniel Timothy Martin. Mary McKevitt. Emily A. Rodheim. Amber Christensen. Allison Sweeney. Laura Tawigo. Stephanie Trapani. Emmy Yaxel Zuluaga. Now presenting for our Master in Public Health, Dr. Terry Johnson. Alicia Bernard. Samantha Farrar. Jalisa R. Garner. Kinjal R. Patel. Mina Radosavljevic. Neshwa Raja. Mirtis Randolph. Kimberly M. Redden. Fabia D. Stafford Cosby. Paris J. Stallworth. Is that Teresa? Diana Brandon. That's it. Now presenting the master's degree in special education, Professor Dr. Diana Brannon. Brittany D. Sanfilippo. Rebecca A. Simo. Kimberly R. Vitali. Now presenting the Master of Science in Supply Chain Management, Dr. Robbie Thomas. Cameron Ali Begg. Ignatius Boyka. Nafil Chowdhury. Michael V. Coglanis. Mulalisi Mike Dubé. Hashim Hamsakati. Shelly Shao. Faizullah S. Hussaini. Catherine Mary Nittick. Nicholas Orlando. Patrick Jonathan Richter. Michael James Roach. Joshua L. Sully. Daniel T. Sinoga. J. Pranav Vyas. Now to present our Masters of Education in Teacher Leadership, Dr. Diana Brannon. Jennifer P. Cagney. Elizabeth W. Ferrati. Natasha A. Geraldo. Daniel M. Giuliani. Sarah N. Hayes. Matthew J. Johnson. Laura Lupo. Lauren L. Pacheco. Christy M. Scriba. Benjamin F. Sharko. Sean A. Schatz. Rachel M. Sliwa. Vincent W. Stubstead. Caitlin A. Wilson. Congratulations.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the faculty of Elmhurst College, I speak to you graduates one last time as you join the ranks of alumni of the college. The founders who built and nourished the school here in Elmhurst, the thousands of students who have walked this campus over the years, and all those who have contributed to your education and are speaking to you as well. So I charge you, as you begin your lives as alumni of Elmhurst College, to remember what it was like being part of a true community of learners, to live fully and well, to lavish upon the world around you the light and warmth you carry within yourselves, and to bring forth the torch of innovation to create a future that prizes imagination in the service of the common good. With pride in your accomplishments and high expectations for the years ahead, your alma mater says to each of you, go forth and enrich the world with your knowledge and enthusiasm, your innovation, and your compassion. Best wishes, Elmhurst College, Class of 2018.
In a very short moment, our ceremony will conclude, but the celebration will continue at a reception at the front of the Frick Center, where I hope you will join us. At 7:50 sharply, graduates are invited to join program directors and me for a celebration toast. Graduates, please remain seated following the ceremony so you may gather for group photos with your program director. To lead us in the benediction, I once again call on the Reverend Scott Matheney.
You've been asked to stay seated, but really, I want you all, the graduates, stand on up. Come on, stand up. For the worthy dreams that you have, for the good work that you will give, for the joy of this college and the strength of the degree that you now hold. May God Almighty, who holds you in God's hands and strengthens and liberates you and sends you forth from this great college, go now with joy, with love, and with grace. Thanks be to God for all that you are. Amen.